From the 2017 Scouting Combine in Buffalo, Oilers TV live on location, and it's about this time each year we get a chance to hang out with Director of Player Personnel, Bob Green. Bob, I know it's been a long week for you guys. I know you're tired, and I know we're thankful you're doing this. Just take us through how the week's gone for the staff.
It's been great. I think we're talking to 81 kids this week, and the kids have been really good. They're always well prepared. It's a lot of fun to meet them, and you watch them play hockey for 7 months, and this gives you a chance to sit down with them face to face and get to know them a little bit better and fire a few questions at them, and it's been a lot of fun.
This is going to be a different draft for the Edmonton Oilers, considering the way the team played this season and the placement of the team, picking 22nd overall, one pick in the first 81 picks of the draft, whereas before, we'd see the top 5 picks, we'd see early second rounders. Is it more of a challenge for your group, or how do you kind of see this draft for the Oilers?
No, I guess it's a little bit different from the standpoint of the first round, but our job is to be prepared for whatever happens. We don't have a pick in the second round right now, but the scouts can't worry about that. We've got to know the players inside and out, and we've got to be prepared in case there's a trade or anything of that matter. So, we really can't concern ourselves with that. We just have to know these guys and be prepared for whatever happens.
The Oilers do have 8 picks in this draft, so you guys, assuming nothing changes, will be busy on day 2. How do you kind of see this draft? Because, the prognosticators and pundits say it's not as deep of a draft. There's no blockbuster 1-2 punch. How do you kind of assess it? Because I know some hockey guys don't really like it and get kind of bent out of shape when they hear that from the media guys.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess you could say that. That's probably more of a case where the last 2 drafts have been really good and had a lot of high-end players. But again, in our situation, we can't worry about that. We've got to develop a list and look into these players to the best of our abilities and be able to make decisions on draft day. That's all we can worry about. Worrying about the quality of the draft, everything else really it doesn't matter at this point.
Each guy. We talked to Keith Gretzky during the panel. Kind of asked him how he approaches the interview process when you get an 18-year-old kid in that room with a bunch of hockey guys. When you're in there, because you've had a long history with junior hockey, what are you watching for from these kids? And the other thing too is everyone talks about how well they're coached up by their agents going into these things. Is there ways where you try to kind of break the kid and see past what they're being coached? Yeah,
at the beginning you try to get a feel for the kid, and see what he's all about, and it kind of goes from there, and you kind of get a feel if you want to go after him a little bit on some of the things that he says, and we've already had our area scouts talk to these kids at some point during the season, and so we've got that in front of us, and we'll look at previous interviews that we've had with the kid and build questioning around that. But the kids are well prepared, but the kids for the most part are pretty genuine, and I think probably at the end of the week, because they've said the same thing so many times, that it probably sounds more rehearsed than what it really is.
Right.
Just because of sheer repetition. Probably they're thinking the questions from us as well after a while, but you know what, these kids are great, and when you get them really talking about the game and you get them talking about their strengths and weaknesses and other parts of their lives that you're trying to dig into, they kind of relax a little bit and probably get out of what their agents had talked to them about, and it's a lot of fun. I enjoy it a lot.
Okay, I just want to ask you finally, how busy was the scouting staff this year? I know every team's scouting staff is busy, but you mentioned the area scouts. What did you guys kind of cross off the list this year in terms of coverage and all that? What you want to give us in terms of delving into it?
We see a lot of hockey.
Yeah.
There's no question about it. You have to go to a lot of games. Our area scouts are critical, and they generally get the first viewings on a lot of these guys, and the guys that cross over, they kind of work off of that and to try to figure out where we go, and then of course they talk to these kids, they talk to the coaches, and gather up all the information. So they're critical to this process, and they make our jobs a lot easier, just from the fact that they do such a good job, and they're seeing 200 plus games a year, and they spend a lot of time away from their families and that type of thing, and it's but you know what, we all enjoy it. We all love being a part of it.
Is the combine and the draft kind of the scouts' time to shine in your eyes, and is this where you kind of really let them have the stage a little bit?
Yeah, you know what? It just everything that they've done it's a culmination at this point.
Yeah.
And it makes the interviews go a lot easier when you've got information in front of you that you can talk to the kid about, call him on. So yeah, it does. But you got to make sure you appreciate those guys throughout the winter.
Greener, always a pleasure to chat with you. I know it's been a busy week and you probably want to get some rest. Thanks for doing this.
No problem, Tom. Anytime.